Great morning, folks. Hey, welcome to another Sunday mindset message here. This is Wesley Virgin here. And this morning, the topic is you are not your thoughts. Okay. And I'm going to give you guys guys and gals, a few seconds to log in and get ready for something phenomenal here. But as you decide to join the message here today, I would like you to do something for me. In the comments below, I want you to tap these words or these letters. You, write that down, are not your thoughts. So I want you to be personal about it. I am not my thoughts. I am not my thoughts. I'm going to teach you something that's going to be, for some of you, life-changing. It was absolutely life-changing for me, which allowed me to not only become wealthy, but to always make consistent progress in different, very significant individual areas of my life. Write those words below. I am not my thoughts. Okay? You are not your thoughts. And I'm going to unpack that this morning. Listen, it's February 1st. I know 2nd now. And listen, February is going to be an awesome month. Can I get you guys to affirm that, this month is going to be absolutely phenomenal? And I know you're thinking, Wesley, are you a psychic? How do you know that? How are you able to prophesy that this month is going to be incredible? Last month wasn't that great for me, or maybe last month was pretty good. But how do you know? How do you just know for sure, Mr. Virgin, that, February is going to be maybe the biggest month in my business? It's going to be a life transformational month. It's going to be a month that everything that I want, I'm going to see visible, tangible evidence that is happening here. How can you be so sure? Okay. And I'm going to give you this secret. Okay. It's not really a secret, but many of you should know this, but I want to reiterate it. The only reason why that I can speak so certain about this month is going to be incredible. This month is going to be phenomenal for you. Because it's a choice. Okay? It's just a choice. Listen, that's how simplistic this is. Now listen, it's just a choice. Which means I just choose to say out of my mouth that this month is going to be incredible. It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be very profitable. We're going to make more money than I've ever made before in my life. I'm going to attract and meet new people that's going to be productive and progressive within my company. And my podcast is going to expand. Listen, it's just a choice. Now, what's the choice? The choice is, listen, this is how I make millions. The choice is to say the things that I want to acquire. Just to say them with all expectation that they will happen regardless of the evidence that I'm not able to see right now. Now, I know that went over your head, but don't worry, we're going to go back to this. But let's talk about you are not your thoughts. We have to talk about the foundation of what I just said for you can really understand that, because by the end of this Sunday mindset message, you're going to understand that when I say that this month is going to be the biggest it's going to be a huge month, financially wise for you, not just for me, for you too. You're going to understand why I can say that with all confidence that it will happen for you in your life. Can I get an amen, please? Just go ahead and type the word amen. So what am I talking about? And can I just get right into it, if you don't mind? I don't want to tell you a bunch of stories here this morning. I want to get right to it and give you the nuts and bolts of this so you can start to apply this to your life, utilize it, and by understanding this, life in every aspect, I mean, from your health, from your body, from your money, from your relationships will instantly get better. Does that make sense? Can I get an amen, please? Listen, now you got to listen very closely to this so you don't miss it. When I say you are not your thoughts, you may say, well, Wesley, what do you mean that I'm not my thoughts? To give you an example, when people are feeling depressed, when some of you are feeling down, stuck, broken, someone sent me a DM this morning and said, Wesley, what do you do when you're just at rock bottom? You know, when you feel that way? Remember something, that's a thought, okay? That's a thought first. Now, what I want you to understand about your thoughts is you cannot control your thoughts. Now, you have to understand this because some of you want to control your thoughts. You want to stop yourself from negative thinking. How many of you are like that? You want to stop thinking negatively. I want to stop thinking about my insecurities. I want to stop thinking that I'm so broke. I want to stop thinking about all the negative situations that may take place in my life. I got to stop thinking about this is not going well. I got to stop thinking that I'm sick, and I got to stop thinking that I'm not smart enough. I'm not good enough. Okay? Listen, you're not going to be able to control your thoughts, but you can manage them. How do we manage them? By understanding you're not your thoughts. Write this down, because you may be thinking, well, Wesley, if I'm not my thoughts, then what am I? You are the observation of your thoughts. Write that down, please. I'm teaching here this morning, if you don't mind, just for a little while. Listen, you are the observation of your thoughts. When you have a thought about anything, the next thing that takes place is you have to observe the thought. So it's almost like a detachment, if that makes sense. Like your thoughts that enters your mind is not who you are. Somebody may tell you, you know what, you a piece of crap. You're stupid. You're not good enough. You're terminated. You're fired. You're not smart enough. You'll never be rich. You keep making mistakes. You're a hoodlum. You're always stressed out. You're no good. All right? Somebody may tell you that. You may hear that. But the next thing that takes place is you're going to observe that. Okay? Which I call a fact check. A fact check is, well, if someone gives you some information that's meant to hurt you, or maybe you feel hurt about the information, you, within your mind, have to check, well, is that true? If someone says, you know what, you've always been a loser, you probably will always be a loser until the day that you die. You have to check this. Somebody say that you ugly. You know what, you're just an ugly person. You know, you're just not smart enough. You're not good enough for this deal here. You have to check it. When you fact check it, means you have to observe the thought and see if it's relevant to you. But what I want to teach you here this morning here, I want to teach you how to detach yourself from the thoughts. You're not your thought until you observe it and decide to internalize it. And say, yeah, okay, I guess that's me. See, the only reason why people get upset, and I bring this full circle, people get upset about other people's comments and, you know, when people tease them, talk about them, whatever people do. Because there's something about your observation of that thought or what that person says, you feel it's true. And it could be at an unconscious level. It doesn't mean that it's consciously true. See, if somebody talk nasty about you, I give example. It's kind of embarrassing, but I'm going to share it with you. I remember when I was dating this girl, it's a long time ago. Her name was Brandy. And Brandy, she was a beautiful girl. I mean, I was in the military at the time. And just to make a long story short, we would argue all the time, seriously. Like argue. And I remember one day when I was driving her home, and she had this thing about when she would leave, if she was upset at me, she would leave my car door open. Interesting, right? Like when she would get mad at me, she would leave my car. She would open the door, get out, and she would leave it open. So, you know me, I have to just drive off to close it because I was not getting out of the car to close the door. But one day I said, you know how stupid men are sometimes. I said, you know what? You ugly anyway. And let me tell you what Brandy did. She smiled and she laughed. She said, be serious. And I said, you think you have all this confidence? He said, I don't have confidence. I'm convinced. This is what this woman told me. Now, she was beautiful, honestly, I said that out of, because I was hurting. I was pissed. But Brandon's a great example of, I said something that was demeaning to her, but she laughed. Because when she observed the thought that took place in her mind when I said the words, she knew it wasn't true. What I want you to realize that just because you have a thought doesn't mean that it's true. You may have a thought this week and say, man, I don't have any money in the bank and I'm still trying to make this work. I'm losing money. I'm not making money. I'm not making enough money. What's going on? What I want you to understand, these are thoughts that are happening. But how you observe them is going to depend on your future actions. Okay? Now listen, this is why there's something that's called future pacing. Okay? And I'm going to define it this way. Future pacing is thinking about your life in a way as if, listen, it is perfect. Future pacing, write that word down below. Okay, future pacing, like what is that? This is what very successful people do in every area of life, different niches, businesses, athletes, future pacing. So what we do is, and it doesn't mean that things are not going the way that we don't want them to go, but what we do is we reframe and future pace the thought or the event or the experience as if it is perfect. Now, some of you may call that delusional. Now, at times it's okay to be delusional, and sometimes it is not okay to be delusional. I give example when it's not okay to be delusional. Some of you women think that you don't have to change and you're going to get this beautiful, tall, gorgeous, rich, wealthy man that treats you like a queen and princess, and you don't have to do anything except look pretty to be able to attract that man. That's delusional. Thinking that you're going to marry Drake or you're going to marry Morris Chestnut. It's not going to happen, right? I mean, that's delusional, okay? But when it's okay to be delusional, it's when you're thinking about your situation with your thoughts in a way that it serves you. See, once you realize that you're not your thoughts because you can't control them, they're going to happen. Let me tell you why you can't control your thoughts and they're going to happen with or without you, because you are always experiencing life. What does that mean? When you woke up this morning, what did you do? Some of you picked up your phone, you look at your text message, you look at your social media this morning, correct? Almost all of you did that. Just don't lie. You did. This morning you got up, talked to your wife, your husband, your girlfriend, boyfriend, you text somebody, you talk to your son, your daughter. You're going to church this morning. I don't know. You're going to get some mimosas. But what I'm saying is you are constantly interacting with the outside world. And as long as you're doing that, okay, as long as you're doing that, you're going to have random thoughts that's going to arise a part of your consciousness. Okay? Always. Okay? You're always going to have these random thoughts that's going to take place. But once you realize, listen, that you're not your thoughts, that just because you have a negative thought, just because you have a thought, you don't feel good today. You might say, I don't feel good. I don't feel like doing shit today. I don't know, man. I hate this person. I hate this thing. And why it's not working and why they did that. That is not you. That's a thought. You may wake up dismotivated, don't want to go to the gym, even though you fat and overweight and sick, and know that you hate how your body looks in the mirror, okay? But you're not your thoughts. That's not you. Does that make sense? When you begin to future pace, you say, you know what? This is what you do. This is how simple it is. But many of you can't do it, and I'm going to tell you why you can't do it. Listen, to wake up in the morning and say, you know what? Today is going to be great. Why? Why is today going to be great? Well, because I'm going to make money. Because I'm going to tell somebody I love them. Because I'm going to give someone a compliment. Because I'm just going to clean my house, clean my car. I'm going to make my bed this morning. Because I'm just going to I'm going to read a book this morning. I'm going to meditate this morning. I'm going to do something towards the achievement of my goals and my success. Okay? This day is going to be great today because I'm going to do something that's going to be a transition in my life that's going to be very productive for me and my family. Now, listen. If you woke up this morning and maybe you had some negative thoughts, but since the thoughts are not who I am, I can choose, by future pacing, I can choose and select the thoughts that I want to have. See, this has never been taught. See, we've never been taught, we've never been taught that we can actually select the thoughts that we want to think about. We think that just because we are experiencing life, we're talking to people, we're on social media, we're watching TV, listening to the radio, interacting with people, that whatever thought that comes in our mind, that's just what it is. If I had a flat tire, then if I'm having a flat tire, then I'm like, man, why I'm having a flat tire? Then it's like I go into this automatic mode of complaining. Oh, man, I'm going to be late for work now. And why did this happen? Oh, my God, I spilled this toothpaste on my blouse this morning. I put my makeup, but I didn't put my makeup on wrong. My eyelash is not looking great. Does that make sense? Like you're having these thoughts unconsciously, and now you're talking about these thoughts because when you begin to talk about them, you are observing them, and you're bringing these thoughts to life. But we've never been taught that we can select our thoughts regardless of experience. Okay? We can select the thoughts. This is why I'm a millionaire. It's not a big deal about being a millionaire, but I just want you to understand, like when I started my business, like I didn't understand this, obviously, and I was just causing so much turmoil in my life because how I was observing my thoughts. I was putting myself in a deeper hole. Like I was strategically like digging myself in a deeper hole because I kept saying, well, man, this is not working and this is not working and this is not working. Well, I tried this and I tried this and I don't understand what I'm doing wrong and I can't pay this bill on time and they just took my car. Does that make sense? I was observing the thoughts that I was having, which were real, right? The things that were actually happening. But I didn't realize that I can still select a different thought. I didn't realize that, say if they took my car, they repoed it. I say, well, great. They repoed the car. That means I'm going to get a new car one day. Great. I don't no longer have to pay that car note anymore because I couldn't afford it in the first place. See, that's me choosing a different thought that serves me. When I use the word serve me, it serves me emotionally. Okay? Because, see, that's the key to success in anything. With the right emotions, there's nothing that you can't do. With disempowering emotions, you can't do anything. Are you with me? Can I get an amen? With disempowering emotions, you can't do nothing well. Okay? But if you have empowering emotions, you can do anything. Like when you feel good, you can do anything. When you talk good, you can do anything. Hello? Am I not correct? Like if you wake up this morning, you can have no money in your bank account. Saying, boom, listen, today going to be a great day. I don't know how, I don't know what's going to happen, but something fantastic is going to happen. I'm going to get up, I'm going to look good, smell good, brush my teeth, make my bed, clean the house. I'm going to go out with a smile on my face as if I'm a multi-millionaire, even though I got $1,000 in my bank account. I claim it right now. It is done. That's future pacing. That is choosing and selecting the thoughts that I want. Because everything that I just said was a thought. And I decided to observe the thought by speaking it out of my mouth, which causes me, to feel empowered. It makes me feel resilient. Even though listen, even though a second before I didn't have anything, I thought I didn't have nothing. I thought I was struggling. I thought I was, rock bottom. Do you not understand that how you feel? Listen, your state can change at any given moment. Even right now, all of you, your state is changing. Can I get an amen? Comment the word below. Your state has changed. Now, how? Some of you still don't have money in the bank account. Some of you still have a job that you can't stand. Some of you still in a toxic relationship. Some of you are still fat and overweight. Some of you are still ill and sick. But yet, at this moment, you feel something different than your past emotions. My question to you is, why? How is that possible, ladies and gentlemen? Think. There's a great book that says that women and men fail because they don't think. Why in this moment, me and you, we're like, I'm talking, you're listening, okay? But you're feeling something. But my question to you is, what is that? And how are you able to feel that way? Why did that happen? Because right before you entered the Sunday mindset message, you probably woke up down, defeated. I got to go to work. I don't want to do this. I'm going to church and pray to God for a miracle. God, I need some changes in my life. Some of you woke up crying, depressed. Some of you woke up with a cigarette or blunt in your mouth. Some of you woke up drinking this morning. Hello? Some of you woke up in a dark spot mentally. But why in this moment, for some reason you feel empowered? For some reason you feel motivated? For some reason you feel like getting out of that bed and doing something that's going to serve your life, your body, your spirit, and your soul? How? What I want you to understand is this, that what's happening right now, you and I together, okay, like what's happening, you can make happen for yourself. Okay, it's nothing. Listen, I know a lot of you think I'm a phenomenal man. I know you think I'm a super intelligent man. I'm not. I'm just, honestly, I'm just a regular guy. When I say I'm a regular man, I have blood in my body. You have blood in your body? I have arms. You have arms. I got fingers. You got fingers. I have a brain. You got a brain. I got a head. It's a big head. You got a big head. Hello? I got hair on my head. I got toes. You got toes. I can walk. Can you walk? I can run. Can you run? I can think. I can decide. Can you not think? Can you not decide? I can choose. I can say no. I can say yes. I can say I'm getting this shit done. I can say I'm lazy. You can do the same thing such as myself. There's nothing different about Wesley Virgin as it compares to you. So my question to you, regardless of where you are in your life or even where you perceive you are, or even how you perceive where you are in the moment, why can't you do exactly what I just did for you? Which allowed you to feel an emotion that makes you feel empowered. How many of you right now, be honest with me and comment below if you feel empowered to do something today? Like you feel a little bit more motivated to do something that you've been procrastinating about. You feel a little bit motivated to work a little bit harder. You've been working hard, but you're going to put a little bit more effort. How many of you feel that way? Comment the word amen below here. Okay? All of you should. If you have ears. Okay? Every single one of you. You're not your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. You are not your thoughts. Your thoughts will happen until the day that you die. Your responsibility is to take the thoughts that you want and future pace them as if you are experiencing the life that you want. This has to be a practice. Just like Steph Curry practice, just like LeBron James practice, Kobe Bryant practice, you have to practice as well. When you wake up, you have to practice thinking and imagining and taking the thoughts that you want and transitioning those thoughts into something that would soon be tangible. Those thoughts that would soon materialize. It is not your responsibility to get rid of negative thoughts or to avoid negative thoughts. They're going to happen. Thoughts are going to take place, but they're not who you are. There's no single thought. Do you understand that we have more than 6,000 thoughts per day, if not even more? You can't be all these people all at once. Sometimes you're sad. Sometimes you're motivated. Sometimes you don't feel well. Sometimes you want to procrastinate. Sometimes you don't feel love. Sometimes you do feel love. Sometimes you're horny. Sometimes you're not horny. Sometimes you want to be entertained. Sometimes you want to drink. Sometimes you want to smoke. Sometimes you want to get up and run. Sometimes you want to go to the gym. Sometimes you want to learn. Sometimes you want to educate yourself. Sometimes you want to listen to a podcast. Sometimes you want to meditate. Sometimes you want to work hard. Sometimes you want to do nothing. Just lay in your pajamas and eat popcorn and donuts all day and watch Netflix. Can I get an amen? Or sit on your phone in your bed with your covers, with your little bonnet on your head and watching TikTok. Come on. What I want you to understand, what I'm trying to reveal to you is, you are not your thoughts. You're having too many of them. It is your responsibility to choose to select the thoughts that you want that serves you emotionally. Let me keep it stupid simple. Listen, use the thoughts that make you feel good. How many of you feel good in this moment right now? Go ahead and tap the like and share button if you feel good. Like you feel good. Why do you think? Yeah, listen. Men and women fail because they don't think. Why do you feel good right now in this moment? Let's keep this stupid dumb because you have decided unconsciously that what I'm saying, the words that are coming out of my mouth, which are now in your mind, with your thoughts, and by you observing these thoughts, when I say that you are a winner, when I say that you are resilient, when I say that you're more than enough, that you're worthy, that this year is your year, that this month will be an incredible month, you're taking these words, which are now transmuted into thoughts in your mind. You observing the thoughts, and you want those thoughts to be real, so you feel good. Now imagine if you will put that on repeat. Okay? You know how we put that same song on repeat? We don't put a song on repeat not because we don't want to hear it, not because we don't want to listen to it. We put it on repeat because it makes us feel good. And we want to continue to feel good. So we play it again and we play it again. So why don't you play this again over and over again in your life? Why don't you repeat that you are resilient, you're powerful, that this is your month? Why don't you look at yourself and tell yourself that incredible things are taking place? That you're feeling good, you're feeling powerful, you're going to the gym, you're working out, you're going to eat better, you're going to do better, you're going to be nice, you're going to put a smile on that face, you're going to walk upright, your chest out, shoulders back. Why can't you do that now? Can I get an amen? Listen, I'm just talking about your life, folks. When people ask me via DM, I swear to God, they say, well, Wesley, how do I fix my life? How do I increase my quality of life? How do I make my life better? We're talking about your life. Your life is the selection of the thoughts that you choose to future pace to create the life that you will experience. Okay? You're not your thoughts. You're the observation of your thoughts through experience. Whatever thought you choose, that you're going to think about all day. You have to be intelligent behind the selection. No one feels depressed all day. Okay? No one feels down all day. No one feels sad all day. You said, no, Wes. Wes, let me tell you something, Wes. I feel sad all day, Wes. Wes, let me tell you something. Me? Man, I'm depressed all day. I don't know why, man. You know, just not feeling myself, bro. Wes, I'm just not feeling myself. I'm not feeling myself. I don't know, man. It's been a terrible year. It's been a terrible month. It's been a bad week. And I'm thinking to myself, I said, well, can I ask you a question? Like, did you eat today? Yeah. How did you feel when you ate that food? I mean, it was good. Okay. So how did you feel? I didn't ask you, was the food good? I said, how did you feel while you were eating the food? Oh, I felt good. Okay. So since you felt good, and how long did you eat the food? About 10, 15 minutes. So you felt good for about 10 to 15 minutes, right? So what you just said before just negated what you just told me, that you're depressed all day, you feel down all day, and you're sad all day, or you feel like you're not yourself all day. You just lied to me. You just lied to yourself. Well, yeah, man, well, I get it. I said, listen, stop. I said, stop, listen. You're generalizing and you're being unfair to yourself. Okay. You are being completely unfair to yourself by not recognizing, I don't care if it's a 5-minute moment of bliss. It could be 5 minutes. But you're being unfair to yourself to tell yourself that, oh man, it's having a terrible day. I'm depressed all day, man. I don't know. Nothing's not working for me. Oh, I don't know why I just can't get that. You're being unfair to yourself. And what you don't realize, because see, in the moment when we feel certain ways, I had to learn this. You know, in the moments when we're feeling very uncertain, because typically entrepreneurs, they always feel uncertain, or even people that want to make more money or get skinny and, you know, lose a bunch of weight. They get uncertain. Uncertainty means that they say things such as, well, how do you keep yourself motivated all the time? See, that's a person that's communicating uncertainty. Well, how do you get yourself just to do it? Well, how do you stop procrastinating? Well, you know, how do I get rid of these negative thoughts? Well, you know, how do I get myself to win? How do I get myself to make better decisions? See, that's just uncertainty. Okay? Uncertainty. And some of you think that that's just who you are, like you're just a very uncertain individual. That's untrue. How many of you will take crack cocaine? Anybody? Is there anybody on here that will, on purpose, take crack cocaine? That they were storing? Anybody? Just let me know. Be honest. How many of you will take crack cocaine? You know, you'll sniff it up your nose. No problem. You shoot in your arm. I'm looking at the comments below here. No one. Well, why not? I mean, why not? Why don't you take crack cocaine? Some people that take it say it's amazing. Say it's great. Gives you a high. You can go crazy. You can be stupid. You can run and jump. You can do all the things you'll never think about. The consequences of those things, okay? You may say, no, it's dangerous. It's because it's going to be debilitating. It's going to hurt me. It may kill me. So, okay. So why do you procrastinate? I mean, you don't think procrastination is hurtful? You don't think ignoring your body is hurtful? You don't think not increasing your work ethic is not hurtful? Like, why are you so certain that you'll never take crack cocaine, you'll never do these drugs, right? These recreational drugs. Like, you know it. How many of you know you'll never do it? In a million years. My question, this is my point. Why are you so certain that you will never take those type of drugs? Why? Let me tell you why. Because for some of you, it means death. It means being out of control. It's painful. You could be a mother, could be a father, and you think about, man, I don't want my kid to say that their dad's a drug addict. The point is, you have attached so much pain to taking drugs, but you just don't do it. Well, say if you did the same thing for other areas of your life. Just think about other areas in your life that you would like to elevate. You would like to fix those areas that you would like to make progress in. Think about it. Other areas. Your body, your relationships, and your money. Imagine if you say, you know what? Okay, Wes, I think I understand this. Let me be clear, okay? I am not my thoughts, which means that just because I have a thought, it doesn't mean that's who I am. Even if I feel a certain way, because I understand the way that I feel today is based off the repeated activity, thinking of the past. Okay? So if I feel a certain way about a thought that is in my mind, I understand intellectually that, well, that's because of past thinking. I've been thinking that way for so long that I've associated that thought to a negative experience that happens inside of me. Okay? I give a great example. That's why women, when they get cheated on, upon, they get cheated on all the time. So if she gets cheated on and she finds a new man, if something happens that may be an indicator that he's cheating, she automatically has a period of regression. She thinks about the last man. Oh, yeah, that man, yeah, he used to do that same thing. I texted him and it took him 1 hour to text me back. So that means he's cheating because John, that's what he was doing. So since he didn't text me back now, and then I found out and exposed him that he was cheating, so I guess Larry is doing that too. So you have to understand that. And these are nothing but thoughts. And we tend to associate and connect thoughts to experiences so we can live our life and make decisions faster. But what I want you to understand, you got to slow down. Take a deep breath for me. One more time. Type these words below. I got to slow down. Slowing down is reflective to every area of your life. Slow down, like your thinking process. Just like, whoa, okay, hold on. Let me analyze this thought, okay? Let me think about this for a second. Like before I react, because we're very accustomed to reacting to life fast. And remember, that reaction comes from the past experiences that we have observed, that we make quick decisions because of the past. But since we're future pacing now, we're understanding that I can take the thoughts, I can select the thoughts that serve me, and I can create and future pace what will eventually be called a new life. How many of you want a new life? How many of you want to change? I think we all want to do that. Well, this is the inception of change. Understanding that, okay, my thoughts are not my thoughts. My life is not my thoughts. My life is the thoughts that I choose to have. My life are the thoughts that I choose to observe. To do that, you got to slow down. Hey, take another deep breath with me. Through your nose. Go ahead. Exhale. Inhale. Relax. See, at this state now, you can really think. You can say, well, you know, let me think about some of the things that I've been thinking about. Some of the things that I've been worrying about. Some things that I've been stressed about. Why am I so worried about this? Like, why am I so stressed out about this? Why am I so stressed out at work? Why am I so worried about money? Why am I so frustrated because I haven't hit a goal yet? Had to talk to a young man that's on my team about this because he's trying to hit a certain goal. And, you know, I mean, I know people get frustrated, you know, but the issue is people have never been taught what frustration really is. And I asked myself, let me ask you a question. Why are you so frustrated about not hitting your goal? Some people might say, well, because it's been taking so long. It's a long time. Well, what's a long time to you? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? Well, I just thought it'd happen by then. Well, let me ask you another question. Just because you thought it would happen by then doesn't mean that it's not going to happen? Well, no. So do you think it's just maybe this is an opportunity for you to be patient? Maybe you're just impatient. And you're like, oh. But I said, why are you so frustrated? And this is for all of you that's listening to my voice right now in this moment here. You ever thought about, like, why are you so frustrated about not achieving a goal? And you know what all of you are going to do? You're going to tell me something like, well, because I'm tired of living like this. Well, I'm tired of being broke. Well, I just been trying everything. And this. And I don't know. And I don't know. And you know what you sound like? And that's what I told him. I said, you sound like a child. Because that's what a kid do. That's what my children, they're older now, but when they were young, that's what they would do. They would just, like, if I would take a toy from them, Mom, why you took the toy from me? Why you did that? I don't want to go outside. I don't want to eat my piece. Well, I want my piece now. I want my dessert now. I want my candy now. Why can't I have the candy now? I mean, that's what children do. Like, if they can't have what they want, they begin to complain and cry about it. It's just natural for them. Because they've learned this way all their life. Like, you got to understand something about a child when they're, you know, when a baby's a baby, the baby cries when he wants something. You don't know what he wants, but he just cries. And then you do all these different things to try to get the baby to stop crying. But the baby goes through a process that's called learned helplessness. Like, he just cries, he gives what he wants, cries, gives what he wants, cries, gives what he wants. Babies do this for a very long time, right? 2 years old, 3 years old, cry, just cry. It could be fake tears, right? Anybody got a baby that just fake cries and just get what they want? Well, imagine an adult, imagine a 40-year-old man or a 40-year-old woman doing this. Man, I'm trying everything, and I don't know why it's not working. Well, I've been doing this for 2 years, and I'm not making any money. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I mean, it should have happened by then. Maybe I need to do something now. I don't understand. You're having a period of regression. You're going back to when you were a child, because that's what you did. You're crying. Tears are not coming out your eyes. Well, some of you do cry. Like, I'm not going to lie. Some of you are crying because you're not wealthy. Some of you are crying because you're overweight. Some of you cry because you procrastinate. Some of you cry because, you continue to get hurt. I get it. But listen, what I want you to understand, even you understand this consciously, that it's not going to be effective. It's not going to work. No one's going to care. Like, no one cares that you're crying, or no one cares that you haven't hit your goal on time, or it's been 2 years, it's been 3 years, it's been 5 years. Like, honestly, no one cares. No one. So since no one cares, even if they act like they care, they don't. Okay? Since no one cares, what's the point of even mentioning this? So you may say, well, so what do I do? Oh, that's easy. 1, stop crying, stop complaining, and get to work, get busy. And you continue to do the work until you do the right work to give you the result that you want. It doesn't matter if it's 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, or 40 years. Yeah, you heard me, right? Yeah, even if it take 30 to 40 years. So what? There's been many people that have taken them a very long time to be financially successful. There's been hundreds of millions of people that have took all their life to create the body of their dreams. There's been many people who have spent several decades to finally attract the one that they're going that's their soulmate. Does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen? Okay. How many of you learned something this morning? Comment below if you learned something this morning. Just comment the word amen. Now, this is not motivation. This is education. Because now you're going to leave this Sunday mindset message understanding that you're not your thoughts. You're only what you observe them to be, how you label those thoughts, how you think about the thoughts that are taking place. To do that, you got to slow down. You got to slow down because this is why meditation is so powerful, because meditation gives you the opportunity to slow down so you can think about the thoughts that are affecting you. Because whatever is affecting you emotionally, or you pissed off, upset, whatever negative emotion that you're going to use to describe your current state, it's because you're mismanaging your thoughts. That's it. You're not managing your thoughts properly. That's it. Just like you mismanage your money when you're broke. You mismanage the food that you're putting in your mouth. You're overweight. Well, you can mismanage your thoughts. And if you mismanage your thoughts, because your thoughts is the foundation of everything, from your body, from your relationship, and your money. So imagine if you mismanage your thoughts, then everything in your life is chaotic. Can I get amen? Does that make sense? Like everything will be screwed up. It would just be total chaos because you're mismanaging your thoughts. You're having all these thoughts every single day, and then you're feeling all these emotions simultaneously, which cause you to take action here, take no action here, drink here, do some drugs here, have some casual sex here, steal something, lie to somebody. I mean, whatever you do. And it's all because you're mismanaging your thoughts. But when you meditate, which I meditated this morning, I'm going to meditate again, then I'm going to meditate again, then I'm going to meditate again today, it gives you an opportunity to slow down. And see, listen, when you slow down, when you slow the mind down, now you have total control of self. When you have total control of yourself, now you have the opportunity to control people. Make sense? Because controlling yourself means you're controlling or you're managing the thoughts. That means you're actually like analyzing the thoughts. Okay, I'm thinking this way, but why am I thinking this way? Why am I saying that I'm broke? Why am I saying that I'm at rock bottom? Why am I saying that? Am I really at rock bottom? Like, what does that mean to me? A young lady, she texted me today. She sent me a DM. She said, what do you do when you're at rock bottom? I said, define rock bottom. See, we never think about this. We just use these words. And that's it. We just react. That's called reacting. Whenever you say something and feel something simultaneously, you're just reacting. Well, I'm at rock bottom. What do I do? Well, I'm depressed. What do I do? Well, I'm dismotivated. What do I do? I procrastinate all the time. What do I do? Well, I need to make money. What do I need to do to make money right now, Wes? I got $10,000. How do I flip it real quick? See, that's reaction. But when you give yourself an opportunity, hey, listen, hey, take a deep breath again. Go ahead through your nose and exhale. One more time, take a deep breath through your nose. Exhale. You feel more blissful now, right? You feel more connected to me in this moment. And that's what I want for you, because I want you to realize that you're connected to yourself, to your thoughts. See, when you take a deep breath like that, the only thought that you have is the breath. going in and exhaling. That's it. That's the thought that you're thinking about. So imagine if you would just hit the replay on that over and over again. You know, when people ask me, well, why is meditation so powerful? Well, this is why. This is why you should, or I can make a suggestion that you just do it. Just meditate, like sit there and do nothing. Just focus on your breathing. Because it gives your mind the opportunity to relax, to declutter, relax and declutter, and relax and declutter. And when the mind is able to do that, then stress, anxiety, worry, it disappears. It's insane how it happens. I mean, it could be a person that has been stressed out and depressed and anxiety and full of stress for 10, 20 years. And they can have one moment. I had this one young lady. She had one moment of meditate. I meditated with her. I meditated with this woman for 15 minutes. And for the last 5 years, she said, Wes, I feel light. I feel peaceful. I don't stress about anything, man. And these are people, and this is a woman that's been stressed for 20 years of her life. Single mom, divorce, abusive husband. Now she doesn't have any stress. Now she's married. She has the man of her dreams. She has everything that she wants. I mean, how did that happen? When you allow your mind, when you allow your brain to do what it was created to do, and allow it to do it, which your brain, your mind, was created for you to live, for you to function properly. When you allow it to do it, it will reset itself. Some of you are trying so hard to make things happen. I get it. And I'm not saying that you don't have to take any actions, but actions come from your thoughts, do they not? Because there's always somebody that always say, well, Wesley, I understand all that stuff, that woo-woo stuff, but you still got to take action. Well, what do you think your actions come from, stupid? I mean, your activity in life, do you think you just do things arbitrarily? No, they're coming from thinking, belief systems. These are thoughts, by the way. Everything that you do, the birthplace of everything is the thoughts. Is it not? Prove to me that it's not. Every action that you take, like if you say, I'm going to the gym today, is that not a thought? You know, I don't feel like going to the gym today. Is that not a thought? I'm going to meditate today because Wesley told me to meditate today. Is that not a thought? Well, you know, I'm going to go drinking today. Is that not a thought? I'm going to go watch football today. Is that not it's all thoughts. Your thoughts. Let me give you the acronym. It's called TFAR. Thoughts, feelings, actions, results. Whatever you think about and how you feel about the thought is going to determine the action you take in anything that you do in your life. And the action determines the results. Does that make sense? I mean, listen, it's just, that's the equation of everything that will ever materialize in your life. Everything starts from how you think, like right now in this moment. Whatever you're thinking about, what you think you're going to do. If I say, hey, what you doing today? And you say, well, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. These are thoughts. And how you feel about the thought is going to determine if you actually take action on them. There are many thoughts that you're not taking action on. Can I get an amen? Be honest. Many of you are not taking action on the thoughts. Some of you already know what to do to make money. You know what to do to get rid of your belly fat. Those love handles, that double chin. And it's not surgery, folks. Stop it. Many of you know what to do to be in a functional relationship. You know. You just don't want to do it. Because you may say, oh, it hurts. I don't want to be vulnerable. I don't want to make myself. I don't want to be honest. I don't know. They hurt me and I'm not going to give them. These are all thoughts, man. And remember something, your thoughts and how you feel about the thoughts will determine the actions, and the actions will determine the results, which is why from my standpoint here, okay, and I'm just a millionaire, I'm nothing, but I'm a multi-millionaire. I get what I want. Focus more on your individual thoughts, on selecting the thoughts, selecting the right thoughts that's going to give you the best feeling, that's going to serve you, that would allow you to take the necessary action. You want to be a millionaire? Okay, that's the thought. How can I feel good about that thought of being a millionaire? Okay, because I have to unpack that a little bit. Will I be able to take care of my kids? I'll be able to retire my mom and dad. Okay, how does that make you feel, big head? How does it make you feel to be able to put your children into private schools? How does it make you feel to be able to fly around the world with your children whenever you want to? Hello? How would it make you feel to be able to own your own time? Good? Yeah, okay, well, give me more. Because listen, if I can get you to feel outstanding about becoming a millionaire all the time, then you're going to take the actions. And you're going to take the actions regardless of what happens. Are you with me? Okay? You're going to take actions regardless. If you lose money in a deal, something doesn't work out, whatever happens, man. I don't know, you break your foot, you get in an accident, you get terminated at your job, your wife divorces you, husband divorces you, cheats, who cares? Like, what I want you to understand is, because how you feel about that thought of becoming a millionaire, you don't care what happens. Get it? You don't care that people don't like you no more. So what? You don't care that people are teasing you, talking about you. Oh, you're not going to do this because you haven't did this in the past. You're 40 years old. You're 50 years old. You're too old to be thinking about that. You won't care that people don't support you. You won't care that people don't validate you. You don't even care. Why? Well, because of how you feel about the thought. Like, you feel so good about the thought, which is the dream, in your mind, you just don't care. Like, you don't care if you fail. You don't care if you mess up. You don't care if you make a mistake. You just don't care. You just continue to go with the same enthusiasm. Hello? Listen. Listen. Oof, this is too good. With the same enthusiasm. You continue with the same enthusiasm when you first started. And you could be 5 years in. Why? Because you have, on purpose, connected positive emotions attached to the thought of who you want to become. Like, you've spent time doing this. You've thought about, like, for example, the millionaire. You think, well, I want to be a millionaire, okay, because how's it going to make you feel? This, and I'll be able to do this, and I'll be able to do this, and this, and this. Like, it's like giving yourself all these legs to the table. The table, for a table to stand, it needs a leg. So what you're doing is you're putting all these legs under this table. You're putting all these legs under this thought to support the thought, because the thought has to be supported. A thought that's not supported, well, it's like a table that has no legs. What happens? It's going to fall. Are you with me? So we just do it on purpose. So that's why we should journal. That's why we write things down, by the way. See, this had to be explained to me because, I knew about journal writing, scripting, but I never did it because no one never explained it to me in the way that it made sense for me to do it. But I was like, oh, he's right. This is the reason why I procrastinate. This is the reason why I keep jumping from thing to thing. This is the reason why I'm so frustrated, because I don't have enough legs under my table, under the belief of me becoming a millionaire. But let me tell you something. When I start writing down every day what that life looked like, which are the legs that supported the thought, that supported the dream, and I needed that, because when things would take place in my life that were unfavorable, I didn't care. Why? Because I had so many legs under that table. It didn't matter to me. It didn't matter what they put on the table. Problems, put that shit on the table. It's all good. Adversities, put that on the table. It's all good. See, my table was so steady, was so strong. It didn't matter what you put on my table. Problems, bankruptcy, repossessions, evictions, bad credit score. So what? You put it all on my table. And I had it all on my table. But you know, what was smart that I did was I had so many legs under the table. Like I knew exactly what the life looked like. Clearly, I wrote it down every day. So it didn't matter what was happening. When I was losing partnerships and when people screwed me over, it didn't even matter to me. It's almost like it didn't even happen. Does that make sense? Hey, folks, if you got value here, comment the word value below. Remember, this will be uploaded to my podcast for you to listen to throughout your day. And I do suggest you do that. You know, if you really want change, if you really desire change and to learn this information and to learn it deeply, then subscribe to the podcast. You can go Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can spend your Sunday listening to Wesley Virgin as you work because you're priming your mind. You're keeping your mind in the environment of a successful individual in every area of life, not just money. Your body, your relationships with people as well. This is important collectively, okay? So, hey, listen, I love you. I appreciate you. And you're awesome. And like I said, listen, this week, listen to me. This month is going to be phenomenal for you. Just think about that deeply. And then I want you to start to think about why this month is going to be phenomenal. Like, tell me and tell yourself for the next 5 minutes, why is this month going to be so phenomenal for you? Like, I dare you to start to attach the legs to the table, like right now in this moment. Tell me why it's going to be phenomenal. Like, you heard me when I say, yo, listen, this month is going to be phenomenal. You might say, yes, it is. Well, tell me why. Like, what's going to happen this month for you? Can anybody comment below? Do it. Because, see, this is important. Let's go back to the table analogy. You need legs. You just can't say, well, this week's going to be phenomenal. Like, yeah, it's going to be phenomenal. Yeah, it's going to be the best week ever. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. Tell me why. Why? Comment below. Hello, you get it now? Tell me why. Okay? A gallon of water is ineffective if there's no water in the jug. If there's no water in the gallon, then what's the purpose of the container? Are you with me? Got to put some water inside of it. Oh, yeah, I got a gallon here for you. Okay, great. Where's the water? Oh, you need water? Yeah. No one wants a gallon with no water in it. Okay? Yeah, it's still a gallon, but there's no water in it. We can say that this month's going to be phenomenal, but if we don't unpack why it's going to be phenomenal, then why would it ever be phenomenal? You with me? So I'm going to let you guys go as you begin to comment below why this month is going to be phenomenal. Write it down. Write it on a sheet of paper. Write it in your notebook. Write it in your journal. Write it in the captions below. I look at every comment on my chat. Write it down. Why is it going to be phenomenal? Why is it going to be incredible? Why is it going to be profitable? What's going to happen? What's going to take place? What are you going to be excited about this month? Talk to me and talk to yourself. Hey, listen, much love. This is Wesley, $1 Billion Virgin, and let's go.